Every person reaches a moment when they realize something important. Your mind is the foundation of everything you are. Your discipline, your confidence, your decisions, your progress, your future. Most people never learn how to think with clarity. They run on emotional autopilot. They react to stress, get pulled by distractions, and repeat the same patterns year after year. Not because they lack potential, but because they lack mental structure. Great thinkers, leaders, entrepreneurs, and high performers operate differently. They follow mental rules, principles that bring clarity, calm, discipline, and direction into their daily lives. Rules that help them stay steady under pressure, eliminate noise, make intelligent decisions, and continue moving forward even when life becomes unpredictable. This video is about those rules, not theories, not empty motivation, but practical mental frameworks that reshape how you think, how you interpret challenges, and how you choose your actions. If you've ever felt stuck, unfocused, overwhelmed, or mentally scattered, these rules will help you take back control, because the strength of your life will always reflect the strength of your mind. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what makes a mind unshakable and how to begin building that mindset within yourself. So take a breath, slow down for a moment, let your mind open, and let's explore the 10 rules of thinking that will make you unstoppable. The first rule of strong thinking is simple. Take full responsibility for your life, internally, mentally, and strategically. Most people outsource responsibility. They blame circumstances, timing, childhood, other people, stress, luck, or the world for where they are. And the moment you blame something outside yourself, you lose control over your future. Radical responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. It means everything is your response. You can't choose every event, but you can always choose your reaction, your interpretation, and your next action. This rule instantly separates strong thinkers from weak thinkers. A weak thinker says, things should be easier. I'd succeed if life wasn't so unfair. I'd change if someone helped me. A strong thinker says, this is my situation, and it's my job to change it. This shift creates power, because when you stop waiting for the world to fix your problems, you start building solutions on your own terms. Radical responsibility gives you clarity, because you stop creating excuses. Control, because your actions become intentional. Momentum, because you focus on what you can influence. Resilience, because you build inner strength instead of dependency. Most importantly, it destroys the victim mindset. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what can I do about it? What is the next step? What lesson is here for me? This mindset doesn't make life easier. It makes you stronger. You begin to notice opportunities you ignored. You stop depending on motivation and start relying on discipline. You stop repeating old patterns because now you understand. Patterns don't change until you change. Radical responsibility is the foundation for every other rule in this video. Without it, nothing else works. With it, everything else becomes possible. The moment you take ownership of your choices, your habits, your reactions, and your direction, you take ownership of your life. Your inner dialogue, the way you talk to yourself, is one of the strongest forces shaping your behavior, decisions, and identity. Before you act, you think. Before you think, you interpret. And before you interpret, you speak to yourself internally. Most people never question that inner voice. They let it run on autopilot. I'm not ready. I always fail. I can't stay consistent. I don't have what it takes. I'm just not that type of person. These thoughts are not facts. They are scripts, old mental programs built from past experiences, fears, and insecurities. But here's the key. Your inner dialogue is programmable. Strong thinkers don't let their minds speak to them in ways that weaken them. They intentionally shape their self-talk to match who they want to become, not who they used to be. This rule has 3 parts. Awareness. You start noticing the negative patterns, the doubt, the excuses, the automatic I can't. You can't change what you don't see. Correction. You challenge the lie. Is this thought helping me? Is it even true? What evidence do I have? Most negative beliefs fall apart the moment you question them. Replacement, you build new internal language. I'm learning. I'm improving. I'm capable. I'm disciplined today. I can handle this. Not toxic positivity, just constructive truth. Why does this work? Because the mind believes the voice it hears most often. If your inner dialogue is destructive, your results will be destructive. If your inner dialogue is structured and empowering, your behavior aligns with strength, clarity, and discipline. Mastering your inner voice gives you confidence because you stop attacking yourself. Clarity because your thoughts become organized discipline. Because you remove mental resistance resilience. Because setbacks no longer define your identity. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who feel confident all the time. They are the ones who know how to direct their thoughts instead of being controlled by them. Remember this: your external life will never exceed your internal language. Change the dialogue, and you change the direction. One of the most important skills for a strong mind is the ability to control your emotional reactions. Not suppress them, control them. Most people don't lose because life is too hard. They lose because their emotions override their intelligence. Think about it. How many opportunities people destroy because of anger? How many decisions are ruined by fear? How many goals die because of impatience? How many relationships collapse because someone reacted instead of responding? Your emotions are not the enemy. Your lack of control is. Emotional discipline is the ability to pause before reacting, to choose your response instead of letting impulse choose it for you. This rule has three key components. Identify your triggers. You can't control what you don't recognize. Notice what sets you off: pressure, criticism, uncertainty, failure, disrespect, chaos. Once you see the pattern loses power. The pause. The strongest skill you can develop is the ability to pause for just a few seconds. In that small gap between stimulus and reaction, you gain control. Instead of instantly responding with fear, anger, frustration, or anxiety, you give yourself time to think. Is this reaction useful? Is this emotion real or exaggerated? What response aligns with my goals? The pause saves you from emotional mistakes. Choose the strategic response. Emotional people react. Disciplined people respond. A reaction is automatic. A response is intentional. You don't let anger speak for you. You don't let fear make decisions. You don't let stress dictate your behavior. You act based on values, goals, and logic, not temporary emotions. Emotional discipline gives you clarity, even in chaos stability, even under pressure professionalism, even in conflict resilience, even during setbacks respect, because controlled people are trusted people. This rule is why leaders remain calm when others panic. It's why strong thinkers stay focused when others fall apart. It's why successful people handle adversity without losing control. A strong mind isn't the one that feels nothing. It's the one that feels everything but still chooses intelligently. Master emotional discipline, and almost no situation will ever be able to break you. If you want real progress, you must stop trying to do everything. Strong thinkers understand one thing very clearly. Most tasks don't matter. Only a few truly move your life forward. Average people stay busy. High-level people stay focused. Multitasking destroys clarity. Task switching kills momentum. Trying to balance too many goals guarantees you won't master any of them. Ask yourself every day, what is the one action that will create the biggest impact right now? Not the easiest task, not the quickest task, the meaningful task. If you consistently do the most important thing first, your results will grow exponentially. Eliminate noise and distractions. You can't focus while your mind is overloaded. Notifications, constant scrolling, background stress, multitasking. They drain mental energy and weaken decision-making. Strong thinkers protect their attention. They remove unnecessary commitments, reduce digital noise, and structure their environment for deep work. Focus is not only a skill, it's a lifestyle. Commit fully to one direction. When you spread your attention across many goals, you make slow progress in every direction. When you commit to one main priority, you move forward with power. Consistency beats intensity. Depth beats speed. Simplicity beats complexity. Radical focus means choosing what matters and letting go of everything that doesn't. 4. Focus compounds. Every focused hour builds on the previous one. Every day of clarity accelerates the next. Small actions repeated with direction create massive long-term results. This is why undistracted people outperform everyone else. They spend less time, but make 10 times more progress because their energy isn't scattered. Radical focus transforms your life because it forces clarity. What's important? What's irrelevant? What moves me forward? What wastes my time? Master this rule and your progress will stop being random. It will become intentional, predictable, and unstoppable. Short-term thinking is one of the biggest reasons people stay stuck. They want fast results, fast success, fast changes. And because progress doesn't come instantly, they quit. Strong thinkers operate differently. They think in years, not days, in decades, not weeks. They understand a simple truth: everything meaningful in life compounding over time, not overnight. Long-term thinking removes emotional pressure. When your timeline is short, every setback feels like a disaster. I failed today. Maybe this isn't for me. I didn't see results. I should stop. But when you view things long-term, failures become data, mistakes become feedback, and a bad day becomes irrelevant. Your emotions calm down because your perspective expands. Consistency beats intensity. Most people work hard for a week and quit. Then they restart later, repeat the cycle, and wonder why nothing changes. Long-term thinkers build momentum. They don't need perfect days. They need consistent action. Even small progress becomes massive when repeated for months and years. Long-term thinking creates better decisions. You stop chasing temporary pleasure and start choosing what builds your future. Better habits, better environment, better investments, better relationships, better use of time. When you ask, will this matter in 5 years? Your behavior instantly improves. Impulsive decisions disappear. Strategic decisions appear. You stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is a short-term mindset. You see someone winning today and assume you're behind. Long-term thinkers understand that growth is not linear. Someone may be ahead now, but stuck later. Someone may start slow and become unstoppable later. Your timeline becomes your own. Long-term thinking makes progress inevitable. If you stay consistent for 1 year, your life changes. If you stay consistent for 3 years, people won't recognize you. If you stay consistent for 10 years, you become the person others call lucky. Not because of luck, but because long-term effort compounds in ways short-term thinkers never experience. Strong minds don't rush success. They build the foundation for it, brick by brick. They know the question is not, how fast can I get there, but how far can I go if I don't stop? Master long-term thinking, and everything in your life becomes more stable, predictable, and powerful. Your mind is shaped by what you consume: information, conversations, environments, habits, and people. Most people don't realize this, but your mental diet is just as important as your physical one. If you consume chaos, you think chaotically. If you consume negativity, you become negative. If you surround yourself with average minds, your thinking becomes average. If you fill your brain with distractions, you lose clarity and direction. Strong thinkers take control of what enters their mind. Protect your attention like a valuable resource. Your attention is limited. Every notification, every meaningless video, every argument, every toxic conversation drains your mental energy. Ask yourself daily, is this feeding my mind or polluting it? If something doesn't help your growth, clarity, or goals, it's noise. Reduce low-quality input. Scrolling without intention, drama, gossip, complaints, content that triggers anxiety instead of growth. These things create mental clutter and make deep thinking impossible. Your mind becomes what you repeatedly expose it to. Add high-quality input: books that challenge your thinking, conversations with people smarter than you, content that educates instead of entertains, environments that push you forward. Every high-quality input becomes a seed that grows into better ideas, better perspectives, and better decisions. Curate your environment. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. Clean spaces equals clean thinking. Organized digital life equals organized mental life. Motivating surroundings equals motivating inner dialogue. Strong thinkers design their environment intentionally, not accidentally. Choose who you give mental access to. The people you spend time with are part of your mental input. Negative, unfocused, chaotic minds transfer their chaos to you. Ambitious, disciplined, calm minds transfer their clarity to you. Your circle is either your power or your limitation. Your output depends on your input. Just like your body reflects what you eat, your decisions reflect what you consume mentally. Focus in, focus out. Clarity in, clarity out. Strength in, strength out. Noise in, confusion out. You can't expect a powerful mindset if your daily input is weak, chaotic, or meaningless. Control what you consume, and you control the direction of your thoughts. Control your thoughts, and you control your life. Strong thinkers understand one key principle. You can't lead anyone else, and you can't build anything meaningful if you can't lead yourself first. Self-leadership means holding yourself to a higher standard than the world expects from you. It means choosing discipline over excuses, long-term goals over short-term comfort, and responsibility over emotion. Most people wait for motivation. Leaders rely on structure. Most people need someone to push them. Leaders push themselves. Self-leadership is built on three pillars: standards. Your standards define your identity. If you keep saying, "This is good enough," your results will always stay low. Strong thinkers raise their standards first. Results follow naturally. Ask yourself, what behavior do I accept from myself? Where do I consistently settle? What would the stronger version of me tolerate? Your standards shape your future more than your goals. Discipline over emotion. Self-leadership means doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. Emotions fluctuate. Discipline is stable. If your behavior depends on your mood, your life will be inconsistent. If your behavior depends on your principles, your life becomes unstoppable. Leaders don't wait to feel ready. They create readiness through action. Daily follow-through. You can't lead yourself once in a while. Self-leadership is built through small daily decisions. Finish what you start. Keep your promises to yourself. Choose purpose over distraction. Show up even when it's uncomfortable. Every time you follow through, you strengthen your identity. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken it. Self-leadership gives you confidence because you trust yourself a structure, because you rely on habits, not moods progress, because action becomes consistent respect, because people follow those who can lead themselves. The world respects leaders, but leadership begins privately in the choices no one else sees. Master yourself, and the rest of your life becomes easier to shape. Most people fail not because they lack effort, but because their effort is scattered across too many tasks, goals, and obligations. They say yes to everything, and as a result, nothing gets done at a high level. Strong thinkers understand a simple truth. Clarity comes from elimination. Your time, energy, and focus are limited. If you don't protect them, the world will consume them for you. Identify what truly matters. Not everything deserves your attention. In fact, most things don't. Ask yourself daily, what are the 1 to 2 priorities that actually move my life or business forward? If a task doesn't produce meaningful progress, it goes to the bottom of the list, or it disappears entirely. High performers don't try to do more. They try to do less, but better. Remove low-impact activities. Look at your week and identify tasks that drain you, tasks that produce nothing, responsibilities you didn't choose, activities done out of habit, not purpose. Eliminate or reduce them. Every removed distraction gives your mind more clarity and your goals more power. Most people are overcommitted. Strong thinkers are selective. Say no more often. Every yes is a contract. You pay for it with time, energy, and mental space. If your default answer is yes, you are living someone else's agenda, not your own. Learn to say, no, that's not my priority right now. No, I'm focusing on something more important. No, this doesn't align with my goals. This creates freedom. This creates direction. Focus on your core strengths. You don't need to be great at everything. You need to be great at the right things. Eliminate tasks that don't match your strengths or goals. Either delegate them, simplify them, or let them go. Time spent on weaknesses has low return. Time spent on strengths compounds. Elimination creates mental clarity. When you reduce noise, your thinking sharpens your anxiety, decreases your focus, deepens your progress, accelerates. Most people don't need more motivation. They need fewer distractions. Elimination is not loss. It's optimization. Strong minds don't try to do everything. They protect their time, simplify their life, and prioritize with purpose. Because success is not built by adding more. It's built by removing what holds you back. One of the biggest sources of stress and bad decision-making is simple. People refuse to accept reality as it is. They want life to be easier, fairer, smoother, more predictable, and when it isn't, they break emotionally. Strong thinkers operate differently. They understand that power comes from seeing the world clearly, not from wishing it was different. Reality acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means starting from truth, not illusion. You can't solve a problem you refuse to see. Most people distort reality. They ignore weaknesses, they deny mistakes, they avoid uncomfortable truths, they blame circumstances. They rewrite the story to protect their ego. But when you don't face the real situation, you can't make real progress. Seeing things as they are, not better, not worse, is the foundation of every strong decision. Accepting reality reduces emotional suffering. Pain comes from the event. Suffering comes from resisting it. When something goes wrong, you have two options. Option A, this shouldn't be happening. Option B, it is happening. What's my next move? The first reaction creates frustration, anxiety, and paralysis. The second reaction creates clarity and action. Acceptance is not weakness. It's the fastest path to control. Reality acceptance increases mental stability. When you stop fighting what already exists, your stress drops, your mind calms, your decisions improve, your focus shifts to what you can control. Weak thinkers panic when life breaks their expectations. Strong thinkers adapt. They don't waste time wishing, they use time adjusting. Separate facts from stories. A big part of acceptance is distinguishing fact, what actually happened. Story, the emotional meaning you added to it. Example, fact, someone criticized you. Story, they hate me. I'm not good enough. I'll never improve. Strong thinkers separate external events from internal interpretation. That separation gives control. Acceptance creates action. When you see reality clearly, you make better choices. What can I change? What can I change? What is the smartest response? What is the opportunity here? This mindset turns setbacks into strategy and obstacles into information. You move from reaction to clarity to execution. Reality is the starting point of power. People who accept reality adapt faster, waste less energy, respond intelligently, stay emotionally stable, move forward while others freeze. Facing the truth is uncomfortable, but avoiding it is far more costly. Clear thinking begins with clear seeing. The strongest minds aren't those who live in a perfect world. They're those who face the real world and still choose to move forward with confidence and purpose. Accept reality, then shape it. The final rule is the simplest to understand and the hardest to live by. Nothing changes until you take action. Consistently, especially when you don't feel like it. Strong thinkers know your mood is unreliable, your motivation is inconsistent, your emotions are temporary, but your actions, repeated daily, shape your identity, your habits, your results, and your future. Most people wait for the right feeling. I'll start when I have motivation. I'll work when I feel inspired. I'll begin when life calms down. But life rarely gives perfect conditions. If your progress depends on your emotional state, you will never build anything great. Action creates clarity. People think clarity comes first and action comes second. In reality, it's the opposite. When you act, you learn. When you move, you see the path. When you start, the next step appears. Waiting creates confusion. Action creates direction. Action builds identity. Every time you do the work, even in small amounts, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. One workout equals stronger identity. One disciplined decision equals more self-respect. 1 hour of focus equals more confidence. One completed task equals more momentum. Your identity isn't built by thoughts. It's built by repeated behavior. Action kills fear. Fear grows in inactivity. The longer you wait, the bigger it becomes. But the moment you take action, fear collapses. You don't overcome fear by thinking, you overcome it by moving. Action beats perfection. Many people hide behind preparation. I need more research. I need the perfect plan. I'm not ready. But perfection is just a sophisticated form of procrastination. Strong thinkers focus on progress, not perfection. Start imperfect. Learn as you go. Adjust along the way. Execution is always worth more than ideas. Small, consistent actions outperform big, inconsistent ones. You don't need to do everything today. You just need to do something. Daily. 1% improvement every day will outperform 100% effort once a month. Consistency compounds. Action compounds. Momentum compounds. The rule is simple: do the work, especially on the days you don't want to. That's when growth happens. That's when discipline forms. That's when you separate yourself from average. Action is the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Master this final rule, and every other rule in this video becomes 10 times more powerful. You've just explored 10 rules of thinking, 10 principles that shape clarity, discipline, emotional control, long-term strategy, and personal power. These rules are simple, but their impact is massive when you apply them consistently. Strong thinking is not something you're born with. It's something you build, step by step, choice by choice, action by action. Most people will hear ideas like these and do nothing. They'll go back to old habits, old reactions, old patterns, not because they are incapable, but because they never make the decision to actually change. But you're here, and the fact that you stayed until the end says something important. You are ready to take control of your mind and your life. Remember, responsibility gives you power. Inner dialogue shapes your identity. Emotional control stabilizes your decisions. Focus multiplies your results. Long-term thinking makes progress inevitable. Input determines clarity. Self-leadership builds discipline. Prioritization removes noise. Reality acceptance brings calm. Action transforms everything. None of these rules work once. They work through repetition, through daily practice, through showing up even when it's uncomfortable. Your mind is not fixed. It is adjustable, trainable, upgradable, and the quality of your thinking will determine the quality of your entire future. If these rules resonated with you, don't just remember them, use them. Apply one today, then tomorrow, then again the next day. Let them become habits, then identity, then your natural way of operating. This is how strong minds are built. This is how strong lives are created. Thank you for watching. If you want more deep thinking, psychology, philosophy, and mental performance, subscribe, stay tuned, and keep growing. Your mind is your greatest tool. Sharpen it, protect it, use it, and never stop becoming the strongest version of yourself.